Right, so a different and exciting for us video today. We've been asked to review the Creality Falcon A1 Laser cutter and engraver, which is in this box here. We were pretty excited about this. We didn't know anything about this kind of thing, but having a quick look at the product, it's used to engrave and cut. Our initial thoughts were signs. Its capability is much more than signs, but those were our initial thoughts. We actually made a sign for down by the lane for the house, tried to carve it, engrave it with a router, which doing it freehand is very difficult, and the results were terrible. So when they asked us, these things popped immediately into my head, and I got proper excited because everyone likes a nice sign. So let's have a look what's in the box. Right, so I've unboxed it. We don't want to go into too much details about packaging, it's not very exciting, but all I can say is it was incredibly well packaged. This is the packaging, absolutely perfect, proper sturdy packaging. The box was full, there was no room for anything to rattle. All the pieces, every piece had its own special compartment in there. So yeah, very well done, and yeah, we expect it's got here in super condition because of the quality of the packaging. Everything you need is in the box. A power lead, a power pack, an air blower, a fitting kit, an exhaust to take the fumes away, a little board for getting you started. We don't know any of it works yet, but we're going to find out soon and share that bit with you. We're currently downloading the software. We've got an old laptop that we want to try and put next to it. It's going to live on this bench, by the way, because all this bench does is collect stuff, so we thought it'd be a perfect place for it. We're downloading the software now onto an old laptop. Hopefully it's good enough and fast enough to run it, so we'll find out shortly. So typical to us, we're on plan B already. We tried to download the stuff onto the laptop. The laptop's not having it for some reason. It's a bit steam powered and very old. So we're going to take this inside and plug it into our big computer, our main computer, which has got the software on it. Reason being, we're not that tech savvy really. We're more practical, hands-on people. So you do get, when you've downloaded the software, it gives you a step-by-step guide as to how to set it all up plugged into the computer. So it's the easiest way for us, so that's what we're going to do. Apparently in the future, once it's all set up, we can use a USB drive, prepare the files on the computer and plug the USB drive into the side, and it'll do it from there. We'll get to that in a bit, but let's see if we can get it going, let's see if we can put it together and make it go. So the software is called Falcon Design Space. That's the screen. I was actually looking at the screen live, so it might be wavy a little bit. So there's a video with all the instructions. When you've done all the instructions, it asks you to go to the next stage where it needs to be plugged in to a computer. So let's get that done. So basically you follow the instructions on the thing, put the board in, just do exactly what it says on the screen, and it cuts the test pattern, which looks like it's going to be the Creality Falcon F. This just checks that the machine's working properly, so you can do more with it. So after a little bit of experimenting, we're going to cut our first sign. So this is what we just made. For those that watch the channel regular, will understand exactly what that's for. I wasn't sure. I did struggle a little bit at first. It probably took me 2 to 3 hours to figure out how to do this, and I'm not the most technical person in the world, but we really like it. So I think for the purposes of the video, to show you how good this machine is and how much we actually rate it, I'm going to show you how we did it. Basically this is engraved by the laser into the wood that you get, the piece of wood that you get in the kit, and then it actually cuts it out for you as well. it'll cut any shape that you put into it, you know, that you can outline to do. Any kind of font, any text. Honestly, it's absolutely incredible. So let's go and have a look how we did it. So as you've seen, we've actually got this set up next to our computer at the moment, and we've not got to the USB drive file transfer thing yet, and don't be put off by the time it took me to get to understand how to use it, because it really is incredibly simple. That's what I'd like to show you. So basically, this is the software. This is the first page you come to once you've defaults to once you've uploaded everything. There's all these designs that are already there in place that you just click on, and you can recreate absolutely millions of them, fantastic things, but we like to be different and come up with our own ideas. So all we need to do if we want to make a sign, in fact we want to make a sign for our snug that we've just built, so we thought we'd do that. Takes you the whole thing. Go to new project there, and then you've got a blank screen basically. The first thing we want to do is decide what we want on our sign. In our case it's snug because that's what it's for. Go to text on the left there, can you see that? There. Click on text, click on the graph, and then type in, we'll have it in capitals I think, snug. I'm not the fastest typer in the world either. Then select the font that you want. There's like pretty much probably every Microsoft font going here. What do we want? Show an Arial. Should we try Arial? Oh, let's type some words. Arial, snug. Style. We'll have in italics. Quite blown it up a bit to make it a bit clearer to see. On the right hand side here you can do line engraving, or you've got a selection of options. Fill engraving, which will engrave it out. Line engraving just engraves a line. Fill will engrave the whole thing. Or line cutting, which will actually cut out each of those letters. We'll get to that in a minute. So I think we want to go fill engraving because we just want to burn a nice thing into the wood. Bit further down, it's already selected. This is the wood that you get, the board that you get with the kit, base wood board. If you select that, it automatically selects the power necessary to make a good impression on that. I want to put it on this little piece here. As you can see, this is the original wood you got with it. We've done quite a few things, which we will get to in a minute. But I want to put it on there. This will be a nice size sign to go over the snug door. So what I'm going to do is measure my area. We'll say 60 centimeters high by 6 centimeters high by 15 centimeters wide. So all I've done on the size in millimeters, it was 15 centimeters, which is 150 millimeters. I've just typed in 150 there. It's because of the font, it's set the height automatically. So next I want to cut this out around the letters, obviously, to make a sign. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a layer by clicking add on the right, change that to line cutting, select my shape, which is going to be a rectangle, put my shape round, roughly round there, and you can see the sizes come up there, 176 by 65. I'm just going to check that that'll fit on my board, which it won't. So I'm going to change that to 160, which is 5 centimeters bigger all round than my sign, and you get a visual of it there. Again, your sign's 150 by 47, and click on that, and that's 160 by 59. So we're pretty much ready to go. So we power on the machine, put our board in. Please don't because I've opened the door. Might have to get rid of that bit. Like that. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to be, but this machine, I've not quite figured out how to do the positioning yet exactly. But it has a feature, a frame button on there, where it'll actually move the laser around exactly where it's going to draw, so you can position your piece of wood accordingly. So all you do is click frame, and that'll tell you this outside line where it's going to cut. Right, so I can see from that, I just need to move it to the right a little bit. There must be an easier way than this, I just haven't discovered it yet. Like I said, I'm a technophobe. Watch where the laser goes, that's on the wood, that's on the wood, that's on the wood, that's on the wood. Absolutely perfect, it's that easy. So while it's working away, I just want to say, excuse our office, we're not a printing company or anything like that, an engraving company, we're a building site. So while it's doing it, what's happening here, that's doing its laser engraving thing. There's a little air pump there, which circulates air through the laser, which then blows any rubbish away. There's an exhaust on the back, which I'm going to put out the window one day, there, where you can see the guff coming out of it. We've got the front door open, so we're not going to choke. Keeping it all clean and clear at the same time as well. It's all in a completely enclosed case, so you've no risk, you don't need any protective things from the laser, protective goggles or anything like that. It's a perfectly proper safe environment, even for your pets as well. Other things you get, this little card here, which you use to calibrate the machine should it need calibrating. It doesn't seem to at the minute. It says on the software that it's calibrated, so we're guessing that it is. It also has auto recognition. You get these little cards here, which is bassboard. It's got a built-in camera that reads the barcode, that code, and automatically sets it up for the material that you're using as well. Absolutely brilliant. So the Creality Falcon brand was initially born out of Creality, which was their first endeavour to emphasising the essence of creation, which is what we like to do normally with our hands and materials and things, but this is super excited about this. Over the past 2 years they've engaged in profound dialogues with numerous creators from different walks of life, which includes us, I guess, not being in that industry. We're basically I'm a builder, joiner, and not the most technical person in the world, but if I can do this, anybody can. That it tells you on the screen about how long it's going to take. I think this was 21 minutes for the full project. So it's just finishing off the sign. As soon as it's done that, it should cut it out. Well, it will cut it out. So there we go. You should have. Look at that. Snug sign. So we actually did a photo of the dog. I increased the exposure and the contrast and everything to give it a clearer sort of image, and this is what we got. So that's what we got. It's quite big. The laser actually acts differently over the grain, so on something with not so much grain it will probably come out clearer. Well, that's our first attempt, and that's our dog Tilly. She's a Spanish Mastiff. So after not very long at all, we're going to get a bit more creative, make something three-dimensional. This box in the middle there. It says it's a card box, we had to think it'd make quite a nice jewellery box or a sewing box. So let's do it. All we do is click on it and it's there. You just select at the bottom, make it, and it's already loaded into the software. So that's when we want to create a new project, we do. Cancel that. Right, so all we need to do now is our board is in, is press start, and it should do it. And away it goes. Interested to see what we get actually. So we'll show you the results shortly. The detail in that and the precision is amazing. Looks like that's the pattern on the top of the box. Yeah, absolutely so precise and such minor details, tiny details. So we'll let it do its thing and yeah, see what it cuts up for us when it's finished the pattern. So it's done its engraving. It's now cutting all the pieces out for us. Looks like there might even be 3 little mini hinges there. This is going to be interesting to see. Hope we can make that out alright. So there we go. Quite a lot of pieces cut out there. Hope we can make them out alright. There's a bit of a shadow across it. All I've got to do now is figure out how to put them together. That's the outside bit. I'm not quite sure why it cut the outsides out. And then these should be, I'm going to guess that's the base. That bit there. Some sides. I'll get all the bits out. I'm going to take them through to the kitchen. I was going to take them outside because it's a lovely day. But it's a bit breezy. So they might blow away. And then try and figure out how to put it together. So I'm guessing these bits just press together. It looks fairly self-explanatory, so I'll have a little mess about with it and then come back to you in a minute. So far so good. It's actually quite robust, that. All we've got to do now is figure out the lid. It's got a little catch on the front which I can see will work, and I guess these little things here are the hinges. It looks like they slide on there. So I'll figure them out. But yeah, basically look at that, it's quite funky, isn't it? Quite smart. So there we go, how nice is that? Nice little box. Nice inside, be lovely with a bit of varnish or a bit of oil stain or something on it as well. Lid clicks shut nicely as well. Very pleased with that actually, yeah. Had a little bit of difficulty putting some of the joints together. Needed a slight tap on some of them with a very, very light hammer. Very light hammer, but once they're together they stay really well. And I've just seen as well, you can, if you use stainless steel, here's a little picture actually, you can get a different like multicolour effect by angling the thing inside the laser. So yeah, that is very happy with that. Beautiful little box. This is another one we did for Tilly's house. She has a cave, she sleeps in a cave in the house, which is very different. This is on a much thicker piece of wood. This machine is just incredible. It'll cut wood up to 6mm thick. It'll work with acrylics up to 9.6mm thick. It'll also do metal, leather, plastics I guess, paper even, pretty much about every conceivable material that you can get. We're very much looking forward to trying some engravings on metal. It'll do, like, you know, the thin sheet metal which you can get quite easily. Aluminium as well, I think, so we're quite excited to try that as well, as particularly with photographs I think, because they might come out really well, because as I said, you're not getting the grainy effect which distorts the picture a little bit. So loads to do with this. We're certainly super excited to try it. We can highly recommend it. We've had such fun with it, and we've got so many things, and this video could have been hours long. We could make, just because we're just going to keep on, you know, coming up with creative things and that. So there we go, the Creality Falcon A1. I say all the information will be in the description. Totally recommended. It's great fun, absolutely awesome piece of equipment. You can even do tiny little key rings and things, coasters for your table, placemats. It's just endless, really. So we're only beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible. So check them out down below and grab yourself a great machine.